My phone won't stop ringing. Every week, someone asks me the same question. Which Japanese SUV should I buy? And every week, I see people making the same expensive mistakes. Just yesterday, a customer came into my shop with a 2024 model that's already having transmission problems at 18,000 miles. She paid $45,000 for it 6 months ago. Another guy? He bought what he thought was a reliable Japanese SUV, only to discover it's spending more time at the dealership than in his driveway. Here's the reality. Not all Japanese SUVs are created equal. Some will run for 300,000 miles without breaking a sweat. Others will drain your bank account before you even finish the payments. I've been wrenching on Japanese SUVs for nearly 2 decades, and I've seen which models stand the test of time and which ones fall apart. In this video, I'm exposing the 3 best and 3 worst Japanese SUVs you can buy in 2026. I'm not holding back. Some of these picks will surprise you, especially number 6 on the worst list. If you're shopping for an SUV right now, watch until the end, because what I'm about to tell you could save you thousands in repairs and years of headaches. Let's get into it. The 3 best Japanese SUVs to buy in 2026. Number 1. Honda CR-V Best Overall Value. The Honda CR-V is the single best Japanese SUV you can buy right now, and it's not even close. I've worked on hundreds of CR-Vs over the years, and they just don't quit. The current generation, which started in 2023, fixed every problem the previous model had and made an already great SUV even better. Here's why the CR-V dominates. The 1.5-liter turbo engine is bulletproof when maintained properly. Yes, the older 2017 to 2021 models had oil dilution issues, but Honda fixed that in 2022. The current engine runs clean, strong, and efficient. I've seen 2023 models already crossing 50,000 miles with 0 issues. The CVT transmission is one of the most reliable in the business. Unlike Nissan's garbage CVTs, Honda actually got this right. Change the fluid every 30,000 miles like I recommend, and this transmission will outlast the car. I've personally seen CR-V CVTs with over 200,000 miles still shifting smoothly. The hybrid model is even better. The CR-V hybrid uses Honda's proven 2-motor hybrid system. No belt-driven CVT, no problematic planetary gears, just electric motors and a simple gear reduction. It's virtually maintenance-free and gets 40 mpg in the city. I tell everyone, if you can afford the hybrid, buy it. You'll make your money back in fuel savings, and you'll have fewer maintenance headaches. Cargo space is massive. You get 76.5 cubic feet with the seats down. That's more than a Subaru Outback, RAV4, or CX-5. Families love this SUV because it actually fits their stuff. Reliability is legendary. Honda has been building CR-Vs since 1997, and they've learned from every mistake. The current model represents almost 30 years of refinement. I've seen original CR-Vs from the late 90s still on the road with 250,000 miles. The new ones? They'll hit 300,000 easy. The only real downside is the road noise. Honda prioritized fuel economy over sound insulation, so highway driving can be a bit loud. But honestly, I'll take road noise over transmission failure any day. If you want the best all-around Japanese SUV for 2026, buy a CR-V. You won't regret it. Number 2. Mazda CX-50, best for enthusiasts. Most people sleep on Mazda, and that's their loss. The CX-50 is hands down the best driving Japanese SUV you can buy. It's also one of the most reliable, which surprises people who still think Mazda has quality issues from 20 years ago. Here's what makes the CX-50 special. The 2.5-liter naturally aspirated engine is a gem. Skyactiv engines are known for reliability, and this one delivers 187 horsepower with absolutely no drama. No turbo to fail, no complex direct injection carbon buildup nightmares, just a simple, durable engine that sips gas and goes forever. If you want more power, the 2.5 turbo is available. It makes 256 horsepower and still returns 24 miles per gallon combined. I've torn into a few of these turbocharged engines, and Mazda built them right. Forged internals, strong pistons, and a turbo that's actually accessible for maintenance. Change the oil every 4,000 miles, and this engine will outlast anything Nissan or Subaru offers. The 6-speed automatic transmission is bulletproof. Mazda stuck with a traditional torque converter automatic instead of jumping on the CVT bandwagon. Smart move. These transmissions last forever with basic fluid changes. I've seen them go 300,000 miles without a rebuild. The interior quality is outstanding. Mazda interiors feel more premium than Lexus models that cost $15,000 more. Real leather, soft-touch materials, and build quality that rivals German brands. Nothing rattles, nothing squeaks, everything feels solid. All-wheel drive that actually works. Mazda's iActive AWD system is one of the best in the business. It predicts wheel slip before it happens and adjusts torque 200 times per second. I've seen CX-50s handle snow and mud better than Toyota 4Runners. The downsides? Rear legroom is tight compared to the CR-V, and cargo space is smaller. But if you don't haul 7 kids and their soccer gear, the CX-50 gives you everything you need with zero compromises on driving enjoyment. For enthusiasts who want an SUV that feels like a sports car but lasts like a Honda, the CX-50 is your answer. Number 3. Toyota 4Runner. Best for longevity. I know what you're thinking. Of course the 4Runner made the list. But hear me out. The 4Runner isn't perfect. It's old, it's slow, it gets terrible gas mileage. But if your goal is to buy one SUV and drive it for the next 20 years, nothing beats a 4Runner. Here's why it's still one of the best. Body-on-frame construction means this thing is built like a tank. While every other SUV uses a unibody platform that flexes and bends, the 4Runner has a separate steel frame. That's why you see 20-year-old 4Runners still working as taxis in third-world countries. The 4.0-liter V6 is ancient, but it's proven. This 1GR-FE engine has been around since 2003, and Toyota has ironed out every single bug. It makes 270 horsepower, which isn't impressive, but it'll do that forever. I've seen 4Runners with 400,000 miles on the original engine still running strong. The 5-speed automatic is old-school reliable. No fancy 10-speed nonsense, no CVT garbage. Just a simple hydraulic automatic that shifts like it did in 2010 because it's the exact same transmission. Change the fluid every 60,000 miles, and it'll outlast 3 modern CVTs. Off-road capability is unmatched. If you actually use your SUV for real work, towing, camping, or off-roading, the 4Runner beats everything else. It has a low-range transfer case, rear locker, and clearance that makes Subarus look like toys. Resale value is insane. A 10-year-old 4Runner with 150,000 miles still sells for $25,000. That's better resale than almost any other vehicle. You're not losing money on depreciation like you would with a Nissan. The downsides are real though. The interior feels like 2009 because it basically is. Fuel economy is terrible at 17 miles per gallon city, and the ride is harsh compared to modern crossovers. But here's the thing. People who buy 4Runners don't care about any of that. They want a vehicle that starts every morning for the next 300,000 miles, and the 4Runner delivers. If longevity is your top priority, and you can live with dated tech and poor fuel economy, buy a 4Runner. Your grandkids will still be driving it. If you made it this far, then consider liking this video, giving it a thumbs up, and subscribing to my channel. This helps me bring you more honest car advice. The 3 worst Japanese SUVs to buy in 2026. Number 1. Nissan Rogue. Worst CVT reliability. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. The Nissan Rogue is a ticking time bomb. I see more Rogues in my shop for transmission failure than any other vehicle, and it's not even close. Here's why you should avoid the Rogue. The CVT transmission is a disaster. Nissan has been using Jotco CVTs since 2013, and they still haven't figured it out. These transmissions fail between 60,000 and 100,000 miles with alarming regularity. The symptoms start with shuddering during acceleration, then slipping, then complete failure. A replacement CVT costs $4,500 to $6,000. I've replaced dozens of them. Nissan extended the warranty to 84,000 miles because they knew the CVTs were garbage. But once you're past warranty, you're on your own. And trust me, you will need a new transmission. The 2.5-liter engine has variable compression technology that sounds great on paper, but adds complexity and failure points. I've seen these engines develop oil consumption issues around 80,000 miles. The variable compression actuators can fail, causing rough running and expensive repairs. Build quality is questionable. Nissan cut every corner to keep prices low. The interior plastics feel cheap. The seats are uncomfortable, and I've seen electrical gremlins pop up on models with less than 50,000 miles. Resale value is terrible. A 3-year-old Rogue loses 50% of its value. Compare that to a CR-V or RAV4, which holds 70% of their value. The market knows these SUVs don't last. Some people argue the 2021 Plus models fix the CVT issues. I'm not convinced. I'm already seeing 2022 and 2023 Rogues come in with transmission problems. Maybe Nissan improved things slightly, but I wouldn't bet $35,000 on it. If someone offers you a Nissan Rogue, smile politely and walk away. Your wallet will thank you. Number 2. Subaru Ascent. Worst for maintenance costs. I love Subarus, but the Ascent is a mistake. It's Subaru's attempt at a 3-row SUV, and they got almost everything wrong. Here's why the Ascent is a bad buy. The 2.4-liter turbo engine has serious problems. This FA24 engine is prone to oil consumption, head gasket leaks, and turbo failures. I've seen Ascents burning a quart of oil every 1,000 miles at just 40,000 miles. Subaru's response? That's within spec. No, it's not. That's a defective engine. The CVT transmission struggles with the Ascent's weight. Subaru's CVT is decent in lighter vehicles like the Outback or Forester, but the Ascent weighs 4,500 pounds. That extra weight stresses the transmission, causing overheating and premature wear. I've replaced CVTs in Ascents at 70,000 miles. 3 rows are cramped. The 3rd row is useless for anyone over 5 feet tall. You're paying for a 3-row SUV that realistically only seats 5 adults comfortably. Just buy a 2-row and save yourself the headache. Fuel economy is poor for a turbocharged 4-cylinder. The Ascent gets 21 miles per gallon combined, which is worse than a V6 Highlander. You're not saving money on gas, and you're getting less reliability. Maintenance costs are high. Subaru's horizontally opposed engine design makes everything harder to access. Spark plugs require removing half the engine bay. Water pumps are buried behind the timing chain. A simple job on a Honda takes twice as long on a Subaru, and labor costs reflect that. The one thing the Ascent does well is standard all-wheel drive. But guess what? The Highlander and Pilot offer AWD-2, and they don't burn oil or eat transmissions. If you need a 3-row SUV, buy a Honda Pilot or Toyota Highlander. Skip the Ascent unless you enjoy visiting your mechanic every month. Number 3. Mitsubishi Outlander. Worst overall value. The Mitsubishi Outlander is proof that just because something is cheap doesn't mean it's a good deal. I'd rather buy a 10-year-old CR-V than a brand new Outlander, and here's why. The powertrain is a mess. The base 2.5-liter engine is underpowered for an SUV this size. It makes 181 horsepower and feels sluggish with passengers. The CVT transmission, co-developed with Nissan's Jotco, has the same reliability issues as the Rogue. I've seen Outlanders with failed CVTs at 65,000 miles. Build quality is bottom tier. Mitsubishi uses the cheapest materials possible. Interior panels rattle, door seals leak, paint chips easily. I've seen 3-year-old Outlanders that look 10 years old. The infotainment system is outdated. Mitsubishi's tech lags 5 years behind Honda and Toyota. The touchscreen is slow, the graphics are dated, and smartphone integration is clunky. Dealer network is shrinking. Mitsubishi is barely hanging on in the US market. Finding parts and service is getting harder every year. In 10 years, good luck finding someone who can work on your Outlander. Resale value is non-existent. An Outlander loses 60% of its value in 3 years. You'd be better off lighting your money on fire. The only reason to buy an Outlander is if you find a massive discount and plan to drive it for just 3 years before trading it in. Even then, I'd recommend buying a used Japanese SUV from a real brand instead. Mitsubishi makes great air conditioners and TVs, but their SUVs? Hard pass. Final thoughts, choose wisely. Here's the bottom line. Japanese SUVs are not all created equal. The CR-V, CX-50, and 4Runner will serve you faithfully for decades with basic maintenance. The Rogue, Ascent, and Outlander will drain your bank account and leave you stranded. When you're spending $35,000 to $50,000 on an SUV, reliability matters more than anything else. You can live with a smaller touchscreen or less fancy features. You can't live with a $6,000 transmission replacement at 70,000 miles. Do your research. Read owner forums. Talk to mechanics who actually work on these vehicles every day. And whatever you do, don't let a smooth-talking salesman convince you that all Japanese SUVs are reliable. They're not. Buy one of the best 3, avoid the worst 3, and you'll have an SUV that lasts 300,000 miles without major drama. Make the wrong choice, and you'll be shopping for another SUV in 5 years, wondering why you didn't listen. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to watch this next video, as I am sharing insider tips to help you cut repair costs and keep your car running like new.